Dear brothers, good morning. So, almost 5 years ago now, I was just getting into my second traveling PT contract. So, I had come back to Connecticut and I got a job in Meriden working at a local orthopedic clinic that was inside of a hospital. So, I was working 10-hour days, 10-hour shifts, and they usually started about 5:45 in the morning, so I could get patients kind of up and at them at 6. So pretty early in the morning for people to all be around. But every time that I got to the front doors of the hospital, I was always greeted by this young Hispanic guy who was probably somewhere around 22, 23 years old. He'd be standing at the little valet podium, or he'd be coming back from parking a car. But no matter what, without fail, even if he had to run to come get me, he would come say hello, give me a big fist bump, and tell me to have a great day, sir. Every single day. Every time that I came to work, he was there waiting for me with a good fist bump and a smile. The most interesting part of all of this was that after I got that greeting from him, almost everyone else I came upon didn't say anything or didn't even notice that I existed. Very few hellos, way fewer looks. Most people would just put their heads down and kind of keep going about their business as if they couldn't be bothered by the rest of the day. There was a Dunkin' Donuts inside of the hospital that I would go to frequently to feed my caffeine addiction. And rarely did the people behind the counter even act as if I was there. They would finally just look at me as if to say, "Do you want something?" And once you place your order, it's a combination of, "Is that all? Okay, that'll be $3.20. And that was the end of it. What struck me even further was even the orthopedist that I was working with rarely ever would say hello or even greet you. It was certainly not all of them, don't get me wrong, but many of them would just go to their offices, sit down, start barking orders at their PA about patients or schedules or whatever. So my first month there, it felt a little cold. Like these people just don't seem very friendly. But as I continued to get that good morning from my guy, from my valet buddy out front, I started to note how that made me feel. I felt more full and happy every time I got to work and saw him. No matter what, no matter how bad my day was, or if the Bruins sucked the night before, or if I had a tough crew of patients that day, I always knew I was going to get a genuine hello and a fist bump and a "have a great day, sir." And I kind of realized to myself, there's no reason that I can't do this myself with other people. So once I got into the hospital, the first person I usually always saw was a maintenance guy, one of the janitors. And so I just started saying hello every morning. I just made it a point to greet him every morning with a "good morning, have a good day." And eventually, what we started having was him and I would share a fist bump. Say, "Hey, good seeing you this morning, man. Have a great day." And it became very endearing. He was just this big, bulky guy. And again, it was just two people in a row saying good morning. I go to Dunkin' Donuts, which now I'm forcing myself to every morning, not because of my caffeine addiction, but I wanted that lady to hear me say good morning and have a nice day every day that I went to work. It didn't take long before I would walk around the corner, I'd see a big smile on her face, and she would say, "I'll get that large black coffee for you, Mr. Taylor, 1 second." I'd leave her with a "have a wonderful day," and she would say the same back, big smile on her face. The doctors took a little more cajoling over the next few weeks, but even eventually I started putting smiles on their faces and we started greeting each other. I'd pop into their door, be like, "Hey, your Rangers lost last night, sucks for you." And we would have some banter and could talk about patients, and it was more airy, it was more relaxed and happy. You see, fellas, we get so caught up in our day-to-day lives that we forget sometimes the simple things are the most important. Worse, sometimes we get a little full of ourselves based on our status in our company or where we are relative to other people, and we might think lesser of some folks, which we might not outwardly say, but we're thinking it. But what that young valet taught me all those years ago was a lesson that I've tried to bring with me to today. The domino effect of a simple hello can literally change someone's day. And it's doing this by showing that person that they're important, that someone sees them, that they're worth a hello and well wishes for a day. They're not just some lady behind the counter at Dunkin', or some valet, or some janitor. They're individuals, they're humans, and as such, they deserve some semblance of respect. The gift of a sincere hello can kickstart or save someone's day. Maybe it helps soothe some inward pain that they're facing. Maybe it stops them from harming themselves. Maybe that little hello creates a pay it forward like it did with the guy saying it to me and then I did it to someone else. And all of a sudden your whole department is greeting one another and it's a little happier and a little more joyful and people just feel better. They're more excited about going to work. It doesn't require position or status, as my good buddy the valet taught me. It just requires a little effort and a willingness to let someone know that they're important. It just requires the gift of a hello. God bless, be strong, and find someone you can say hello to today, boys. Doesn't matter who it is. If it's at the coffee shop, if it's somebody at work, somebody on the side of the road, I don't care. Greet somebody this morning, say good morning, say have a great day. Let's make the world a little bit of a better place, huh? See y'all.